Hey, Rad, what's your favorite thing about camping?
Oh, so many things, but I think my favorite is listening to the nature sounds, like the birds and the frogs.
So you wouldn't say it's the mad rush to set up tents, fighting off squirrels for wood and trying to avoid getting eaten by bears?
I think we're doing different camping.
Camped Out is an Aussie-made couch co-op game where you and up to 3 friends get to experience all the joys of camping on a time limit. Setting up your tents, catching fish, and avoiding the many obstacles Mother Nature throws at you. And oh boy, she is not pulling any punches.
No kidding. But then again, maybe it's on us for choosing campsites like old mine shafts, icy waterfalls, or ghost-infested beaches. Each level has you completing the same set of tasks. Set up a tent, build a fire, catch dinner, and go to bed. If you pull it off, you'll be awarded up to 3 tents, depending on how well you did. And these go towards unlocking more levels.
In classic Overcooked-like fashion, though, it's a lot easier said than done. Logs must be chopped and rocks mined to collect the resources you need, and all have to be put together in under a certain amount of time, or else the whole thing will fall apart. Watching that little timer tick down really gets the blood pumping and keeps everyone moving. There are no slackers here at the GGSP Camped Out camping grounds.
No siree, especially when you factor in the local wildlife that are determined to get in your way. If you try to save yourself some time and gather extra resources, the local squirrel population descends from the trees to steal all your stuff. And every so often, a bear will wander into camp looking for fish. So one of us always ended up playing distraction while the others frantically tried to get the job done. Admittedly, it was kind of funny for the first couple of rounds, but after a while it became frustrating because these interruptions felt entirely unavoidable.
And ultimately, they meant the difference between success and failure. Unfortunately, Camped Out is held back by some control and handling issues, which don't help things. We reviewed this on Nintendo Switch and frequently ran into problems getting the game to respond when we were trying to pick up an item. As well as a couple of glitches here and there, the art style made it hard for me to spot important items unless I was on top of them, which slows everything down when you're spending precious seconds trying to figure out if that blob is indeed the blob you need.
It's the chaos of couch co-op that makes games like Camped Out fun, but it's hard to enjoy yourself when you feel like you're constantly being punished for things that aren't your fault. You do have the option of chucking the round into casual mode instead of normal, which lowers the amount of items you need to gather. But even then, we were still running into the same issues. They were just a little more manageable without the extra pressure.
In a weird turn of events for a party game, I actually found it easier playing solo. Without worrying about other people running into me, I could actually focus and get stuff done. So solo is an option for those who don't have local friends or family, as there's currently no online multiplayer.
I remember being super pumped for Camped Out when Gem and I played the demo at PAX in 2019, and some of the charm that we found is still there in a way. The soundtrack and item sounds set a nice vibe, and there's some pretty cool levels here and there that really force you to think outside the box and work as a team. It's just a shame those good parts are held back by fiddly controls and frustrating enemy mechanics.
Hopefully, these are things that'll get patched in the future if the devs continue to work on it. Overall, though, if you've got a good group of friends or family that don't mind a bit of clumsy chaos, Camped Out is a lighthearted romp. But it lacks the same amount of polish that makes other games in the genre really shine. So I'm giving it 2 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Yeah, it's hard not to compare it to games like Overcooked or Moving Out. And against these lofty goals, Camped Out doesn't quite hold up to scrutiny. With some tweaking to the difficulty and maybe more variety in how you can approach tasks, I think this could be a really good time. But as it stands, it's gonna be 2 out of 5 rubber chickens from me as well.